Oh, let me read the question. Mr. Matra, a citizen of UK, comes to visit India for first time on 1st April 2012, and he stayed here continuously for 3 years and left for Bangladesh on 1st May 2015. He returned to India on 1st April 2016. Again he come back to India on 1st April 2016 and went back to UK on 1st, and he again come to India. Here he came to India. Again he left to UK on 1st December 2016. He went to UK. He was posted back to India again on 20th January 2019. He posted back to India again 20th January 2019. Determine his residential status for the previous year 2019-20. That is our previous year, you know that, 2019-20, assessment year 2021. So let's determine. So let me sum up the question again. He visited for the first time on 1st May 2012 and he went to Bangladesh after staying 3 years continuously here. He went to Bangladesh on 1st May 2015. Again he comes back to India on 1st April 2016. The same year he went to UK and returned to India on 20th January 2019. Determine his residency status. He is still here. So what we have to check? Whether he was in India or not. We have two conditions here for doing the problem or answering the question. We have two conditions. One is basic condition and the other is additional condition. If two conditions are satisfied, additional condition we have. What is basic condition? He shall stay in India at least 182 days in the relevant previous year, or he shall stay in India for 60 days and 365 days. 60 days and 365 days in preceding 4 years. 4 years of relevant previous. This is the condition. So let's check whether he satisfies the basic condition or not. First, so we have to check whether he was in India in 2019-20. Our previous year is 2019-20. We have to check in the relevant previous year whether he was in India or not. When he came back to India last on 20th January 2019 and still he is here. The question mentions that he back to India on 20th January 2019. Clear? So after that he is still in India. So in the relevant previous year he is fully in India. That is more than 182 days, right? The relevant previous year start from 1st April 2019 to 31st March 2020. This is the previous year. So from 1st April onwards he is in India. So he satisfied the one of the basic condition. So he is a resident. As he satisfied, he is fully here 365 days. 365. First of the basic condition is satisfied. So he is a resident. Resident in India. Now once the first condition is satisfied, basic condition is satisfied, we have to check the additional condition also. What is additional condition? Additional conditions also. What is additional condition? So additional condition here means he shall be a resident for 2 years. 2 years resident. In preceding 10 years. Preceding 10 years. Preceding 10 years. He shall be a resident for 2 years in the preceding 10 years. and one more condition is there. He shall stay in India for 730 days. He shall stay in India for 730 days in the preceding 7 years. One is stay and the other one is he shall be a resident. So first we can check whether he was a resident in the preceding 10 years or not. So when he returned India on 1st April 2019, 1st January 2019 he returned to India. So in 2008, first we can check what are the preceding 10 years. These are the preceding 10 years. 2018-19, 2017-18, 16-17, 15-16, 14-15, 13-14, 12-13, 11-12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 9, 10. These are the previous years, previous 10 years. Out of these preceding 10 years, he shall be a resident for 2 years, that's all. So if you begin with from this year, it will be a bit complicated because you have to check everything regarding whether he was a resident. Sometimes it may not satisfy the additional first basic condition. You have to go to the second one. It will be a bit complicated. But the question specifically says that from 2012 onwards, continuously he stays in India for 3 years. So continuous through 3 years from 2012, 1st May 2012. 1st May 2012 may come in the year of 2012-13, right? 1st May 2012. 1st May 2012 he is a resident because he stays here more than 182 days, right? 1st May onwards, 31st March of the 2013 till 31st March of the 2013 he is here. Now in 2013-14 also, he is a resident as he is a resident as he stays more than 182 days. Here he may be staying for 365 days, right? Here also he may be in this year also he may be staying for more than 334 days. In 2014-15 also, when he was in 2014-15 also he is a resident. He is a resident. 1st April to March he is a resident. So he is a resident for more than 2 years, right? We can check this year. So he is a resident. He satisfied the first additional condition. Now we can check whether he was staying in India for 730 days. Here he stays in India for 365 days. Here also he stays here for 365 days. Here also more than 333 days he may be in India. So he satisfies 730 days also. 730. Now we have to check whether all these years were in the preceding 7 years or not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Out of these 7 years, preceding 7 years, he was in India for 730 days. So what is our conclusion? As the person satisfies one of the basic condition on the relevant previous year, he is a resident, and he satisfies both of the additional condition, he is called as an ordinarily resident. He is an ordinarily resident, right? Clear? Hope you got it. Now we can do one more numericals. Bravo. Let me take down the question. Bravo visit India every year, comes to India every year for 1 or 2 days. 1 or 2 days every year. Since April since April, 1st April we can say, 1st April 2015, 2014. Compute his residency status for the previous year 2019-20. This is the question. So here we have to check both additional and basic condition first, whether he satisfied or not. But what is the basic? Basic condition is he stay 182 days or 60 days in the relevant previous year and 365 days in the preceding 4 years. In the preceding 4 years. That's all. Clear. We have to check first this. Okay, let's check it. Whether he was 182 days in India in the relevant previous year? No, because since 2014, 1st April 2014, every year he comes to India, but he stays only 102 days, right? 102 days. So first condition is not satisfied. First condition does not satisfy. We have to check the second condition. What is the second condition? He shall stay in the relevant previous year 160 days. Yeah. What is the relevant previous year? 2019-20 is the relevant previous year. He stays here 60 days. Yeah, because 102 is greater than 60, right? Now, what are the, once we are checking the second basic condition, we have to go through the one more thing, that is he shall stay 365 days more in the preceding 4 years. Preceding 4 years, in the preceding 4 years, he has to stay in India for 365 days. Okay, so what are the preceding 4 years of these relevant previous year? That is 2018-19, 2017-18, 2016-17, 2015-16, 2014-15. These are the 4 relevant previous years. See? Clear. Now, in this relevant previous year, whether he was in India for 365 days or not, that we have to check. In 2018-19, he was here for 102 days, right? Because since 2014, April 2014 onwards, he is in India. So 18 also he is in India 102 days. Here also 102 days. Here also he is 102 days. From 1st April 2014, right? So from here, he is 102 days. In the preceding 4 years, he is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 510 days, which is more than 365. He satisfied the second condition. Second of the basic condition. So he is a resident. As he satisfied, Bravo satisfied second basic condition, he is a resident. Now we have to check the additional conditions also. So it is a bit complicated. Keep your eyes with me. Of course, you can understand it very easily. What is the additional condition? Additional condition. He shall be a resident for 2 years, right? Resident for 2 years. In the preceding 10 years. Out of preceding 10 years. 10 years. Now, he shall be, one more condition is there. The second condition is, he shall stay in India for 730 days. Out of or during 7 preceding years. Preceding years. We have to check whether both these conditions. So, first we have to check whether he was a resident in the 2 years resident in the preceding 10 years. So, what are the preceding 10 years of this 2019-20? That is what we have to check first. Let me do as a continuation of this. These are the preceding 10 years, 14-15. We have done up to 14-15. Preceding 10 years are 2018-19, 17-18, 16-17, 15-16, 14-15, 13-14, 12-13, 11-12, 10-11, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. These are the preceding years, right? Then out of these years, he has to be a resident for 2 years. That's all. But we have to check whether he was a resident in this 2019 or not. What is the condition? He shall stay either 182 days. For checking the residence or not, what we have today, in order to become a resident, he has to satisfy basic condition. What is basic condition? He has to stay at least 182 days or 365 days. That's all. Clear? So in this question, first condition is not satisfied. As Bravo, every year Bravo stays in India for 1 or 2 days. So we have to go to the second condition of this basic condition. What is that? We have to check whether he was in India for 60 days. Yeah, he was in India for 60 days. Now 60 days. 60 days he was in India. We are checking whether he was a resident in 2018-19. Now what we have to check? Whether he was 365 days in the preceding 4 years. Of which year? 2018-19. Because now we are checking the residential status of this one. Whether he was a resident in this 2018-19 or not. So we have to check whether he was in India in the preceding 4 years of this 2018-19. What are those years? This is already given here. These years will be there. 17-18 is one of the preceding year. 16-17 is the another. 15-16, 14-15. These are the preceding 4 years. Now we have to check whether he was in India for 365. In this year, whether he was in India 1 or 2 days. Yeah, right? In this year also 1 or 2 days. We have already calculated this. That's why I am not mentioning specifically. In this year also 1 or 2 days. 1 or 2 days he was in India. In 14-15 also he was here 1 or 2 days. Right? 1 or 2 days. So what is satisfied? Right? 408 days. So in this year he is a resident. In this year he is a resident. He is satisfied 408. So he is a resident. He is a resident in 2018-19. Now we have to check in 2017-18 also. Because we have to become he has to become a resident of for 2 years preceding the relevant previous year. 1 year he has become resident, that is 2018-19. In 2017-18 also we have to check. Of course we know 60 days he was in India, right? Now we are checking whether he was in 365 days or not. 365 days. For this we have to again check the previous years of the 2017-18. These are the previous year. 2016-17 for relevant previous year. 15-16, 15-16, 14-15. One more is there. 13-14. Right? So in 15-16 he was here in 1 or 2 days. Right? Here also he was in India for 1 or 2 days. Then here also he was in India for 1 or 2 days. In 13-14 he was not in India because he visited India since April 2014. April 2014 comes in this time span, right? Year span. So we can add this up. This is 306, right? So he was not here in India for 365 days. This is not satisfied. So the second condition of the basic condition is not satisfied in the preceding year of 17-18. Now if you are checking this preceding all years, it won't be satisfied by the person who comes to visit in India. So he stays here only for 306 days, which is lesser than 365. So he does not satisfy any of the basic condition in 2017-18. If you are checking all these earlier years, you won't get it because the the number of days may get reduced. Now this condition is not satisfied, but we can check whether he was staying in India for 730 days or not during the 7 preceding years. This is a bit easier. What we have to do, we can do in these 7 previous year whether he was in there or not. Yeah, he was in there here 102 days, here also 102, here 102, 102, 102, 510, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 510. No, he was not in India for 730 days. So, as Bravo does not satisfy any of the additional condition, but he satisfies the basic condition, he is called resident but not ordinarily resident. Not ordinarily resident. Resident, not ordinarily resident. Clear? I hope you understand the problem.